Hey everybody, it's Steven GetMoneyMyrick, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a account review of my VIP 12 account, kind of going over some of the changes that have occurred in the last 2 weeks. I've done a lot. I'm curious to see what your guys' thoughts are about what I've done. But before I get into that, I will say if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. But with that, let's go ahead and check out what I used to be working with just a mere 2 weeks ago. So this is my account 2 weeks ago. You can see I had 21 E5s. I had some awkward E2 Rogans, E2 Delaciums. And a big reason for that, and I'll get into it, had to do with the amount of 9-star copies I had, but not enough to 10-star anything, because you need like 5 hero copies. And I'll get into that in just a moment because it was driving me crazy. You can see we only had a 10-star Ithaqua, and we did not have anything as far as Ignises except for the E5 Ignis. I say anything. I mean, like, we didn't have another Ignis going on at all. You can see we have some outdated heroes here. We have a Scary. If you remember, we didn't have any. We had 3 seal lands left to complete. We had Forest, Fortress, and Abyss. And we had these awkward 7-star, what are they called? Sleepless? Dauntless? Whatever these 7-star dark heroes are. Oh man, screw me for not remembering this. And this was the account we were working with just 2 weeks ago. And you can see as well the imprints. You know, we had a V2 Russell, and not too many imprints going on. Just, some V2s, but not V1s. Not getting many Void Arc points. And let's check out and see what we are working with now. So this is how the account sits just 2 weeks later, and I can say I'm pretty proud of what we've done so far. You can see we're able to get enough copies of Ithaqua. For some reason, I got like insane luck. I did like 1 branch swap just because I had them, and I was just trying to get a regular like 5-star hero copy, and we got an Ithaqua there. We've gotten 2 in our core summons. I was like expecting to get the last copy from the shelter event, but it turns out we actually have gotten like 2 extra ones maybe even since then. Like, we have just been bleeding Ithaquas, as well as the fact that we also got one available in the Brave Trials, which I didn't have to buy. So for some reason, just Ithaqua copies have come to us like crazy. If you saw my heroic summon video where I was going for Fiona, we got 2 copies of Ignis, and then we were able to get a 3rd from the chest. So we've got a 9-star Ignis right now going on when we didn't have any Ignises at all. We've spread out the imprints a lot more, got a lot more V1 action going on here. You can see that we've also V2'd Sherlock, which I believe he was V2'd. You want Sherlock at V2, and we were able to get Fiona. I had some insane luck with Fiona. At the very end, I got enough copies and 1450 scrolls, and we were able to do 3 loops and get a Fiona. So I've V3'd her. I've taken imprints off of Russ. If you haven't heard the news, Russ is no longer good in PvP. He's too squishy, doesn't do enough. At the end game level, Russ is not good. If on your server he's still working for you, he can still be really powerful, obviously, especially at V3. But if you're going against the highest level teams, he just dies way too easily. So we have since removed, I don't know if you remember, we had a 2-star A and B on Russ. Look at this wonderful artifact I've got going on. I'll fix that some other time. But we had a 2-star A and B on Russ. We actually, from the event, were able to get a 3-star A and B, and we put this on Sherlock to make an attack build Sherlock. And we took the Resonance Gear that I originally had rolled for Ticks, and because I wanted to do better with Ticks, I said, no, screw that. We'll do it for Sherlock. So we've got a heck of a V2 Sherlock going on now for PvP. We've got our V3 Fiona going on, who has a Magic Stone Sword. The other artifact we got from the event, because we're able to get 2, was, how did we get 2 again? Oh, from the Easter event. So there was like the Easter event, and then there was the Heroic Summon event. So I did not do enough loops to get, like a 3rd pay-to-win artifact. We got a Demon Bell, and so we did go ahead and we 1-started Demon Bell. Looking back, that was a mistake. This account has no copies of Crown, and it would have been nice to start working on getting a glittery crown, start working towards that splendid crown. Crown is like really big right now. It works well on a lot of heroes, just makes your heroes survive so well. So the fact that now we still don't have any copies of Crown is pretty disappointing. You can see we do have 375 feathers there, and we do have, how many crystals do we have? 1100. So we're getting kind of close with crystals, not super close, and obviously really close with feathers. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a good way to get 400 here this week and get the crown, but that would be ideal. but we'll just wait and get work on that crown. But yeah, the 1-star Demon Bell isn't super great. You know, you could argue just having more copies of Demon Bells and spreading them out is helpful. You can see we got another copy there, and I believe that's all we've got. We've got the 4 copies of Demon Bells. And we did make our branches 3-star branches. We have a couple copies of branches. It just wasn't 3-starred. It wasn't a splendid branches. So that's what we got going on. You know, I'm struggling with food, and again, I'll talk about that in a second. I guess I'll talk about the heroes. We did make a second Tix. We made a second Rogan. We made a E3 Mim that we're trying to make E5. We do have enough copies now to get to E4, so we just need one more copy. With that, we were able to get rid of one of our sleeplesses by making them a 9-star and then using them as food. We spread out the imprints like I talked about. We regressed Terra, we regressed Delacium, we regressed Scary in order to get some food. And that has left me with this very, very weird problem that, you know, I'm sure none of you feel sorry for me about. But it's actually this problem that I have when you regress, you get all these 9-star copies and 10-star copies. And the 9-star copies you can't actually use, you know, to get 10-star food, which is what you need for imprints as well as what you need, you know, later on. And so I'm in this really awkward spot where I actually can't build like 10 stars. And as an example, where this game is just trolling me so hard, you can see I have like 100 5-stars worth of food, which would be enough to make like 3 10-stars between this and then all the 9-star dummy copies. But I actually don't have 5 copies of like a regular ass hero. And this game is like trolling me. Like, look, we got 4 copies of Mickey. We got 4 copies of Mirage. We've got 4 copies of Sigmund. We've got 4 copies of Bleaker, right? We've got 3 of Ice Blink, 3 of Honor Guard, 3 of Emily. Like, it's crazy. And then if you go in Shadow again, I have another like 100 5-stars between everything. Like, look at all these 6-stars, and I actually can't build a 5-star. I've got, you know, I've got 4 Bades, I've got 4 Aidens, I've got 3 Luxes, I've got 4 Dominators. Like, it's just wild. Like, you know, 4 Bloodblades, 3 Karmas. So it's just like, what the heck is going on with my luck? This game, you know, it's like, just give me 5 copies. So every day now it's just like, how can I get one more like 5-star hero copy in order to make like more 10 stars? So again, a problem that I'm sure nobody like cares about or feels sorry for me about right at this moment, but just a very weird problem. And you know, it makes me hesitant to regress any more heroes, because I've thought about like regressing Belrain, for example. But it's like, okay, that will help me somewhat, but I'll be losing power overall because I'll be left with all these 9-star copies that I can't do anything with. So in order to keep my Guild War power as high as possible and be as strong as possible, right now I'm not going to try and regress anybody else until I can clear out some of these 9-star hero copies, which very soon here, you know, I will be able to do, and that's like a whole E5 there. And so what am I going to be doing with that stuff? Well, the plans right now, I'm actually sitting on 8 copies of 4Cs. There's 6 here, and I got 2 in a bag. So once I get that last copy of 4Cs, which I should be able to get from this Imps Adventure event, I will be swapping one of the Aspens for a 4Cs. I also, like I said, I'm working on E5ing another Mim, so we'll have 2 Mims, we'll have 2 Dominators, or Destroyers. God damn me, what are they called? Destroyers, not Dominators. Dominators is a different hero. 2 Destroyers, you know, and some Michelles. To make a 2x E5 Mim cheese team that we'll be using within the Guild War. And what else? You know, I'm thinking about using this second Russell as food potentially. And what I'd really like to do, you know, because I have to figure out like, okay, I still need to be building E5s, but I also need to be using, you know, 10-star copies to just V1 heroes. So I have to figure out that balance between, you know, how many Void imprints do I want? Presumably I want at least like 15 with imprints for the Void Arc to like max out the points there. But I was hoping, you know, I made like E5 Cthulhu. He's not necessarily a hero that you have to have, but he's just a really strong, fun hero. And I've already got a couple copies of him. So, you know, we may work towards that. Obviously working towards another Fiona, maybe working towards another Sherlock would be, you know, future roads to go down. But that's kind of where the account is right now. The other thing I'll say about this account, if you remember, our Stellar Shard count was super low, and so I'm not playing around. I'm not doing Fate on this account. I am doing Guidance. We need to get enough copies, and we need that guaranteed pool. So I was thinking, you know, for you guys, it'd be fun because I'd have 2 accounts now, so I could be doing twice as many summon pools that I could show you all. But now, no, sorry, it's still just gonna be the same amount. It'll be on my other account where I'm just generating cores, and I'll do pulls on that one that are fun. But until this account gets straightened out and we get more stellar shards, no fun to be had here with regard to the cores. Final thing is I have somehow managed to burn through 1 billion gold already, which has been fun, you know, in 2 weeks to just burn through 1 billion gold with all this. I do have some chests that, you know, give gold and stuff. I also never showed off the pets on this account. You can see they actually have, you know, 6 full pets and a ton of resources if we want to build another pet, which I've heard the ice monster, is this the ice monster, might work well with Mimcheese. I'll have to look more into that, but maybe he's worth building. And then the guild tech on this account I never talked about. The guild tech is pretty dang far ahead. You can see we've got everything maxed out on the left hand side here, and we'll be working on the right hand side. Ranger's 100% done. Assassin, we got to get the stun immunity on assassins for the void lords, because that is something where this account's still struggling, is with the void lords. Since we just got the E5 Athaqua and they're not imprinted yet, we do need to kind of work a little bit more on getting that up. But yeah, that's everything I had in this video. Let me know your thoughts below on what you'd be doing. I got to figure out what artifact I put on the second Tix, because I only have 1 Staff Punisher, Splendid Staff Punisher. I don't know if you go speed on him, maybe. I don't know if the Shadow Cape is worth it, the Withered Armor. But yeah, that's the account. Let me know what you guys think below. Am I doing a good job managing it? Maybe other things you might consider doing, changes you might want to make or see. You know, tons of Amun-Ra copies. We got 5 carry copies. The Amun-Ra copies, I could make an E5 Amun-Ra, a second one of those. But right now I'm leaving them for Guild War strategies and Guild War tactics. We got some Oberons for tactics. We got a 5-star Cthulhu for tactics. So that's where it's at. And I just kind of want to update everybody on how the account is doing. And hopefully you found it interesting. Hopefully you enjoyed my thought process. And I will see you on my next video. Bye.